loud enough I could hear. She said, look at that cracker. and he's wearing a stocking cap. Kirk Franklin this week spoke out about Jesse Duplantis. He didn't speak out about the enormous amount of money that Franklin Graham is making. He didn't speak out about Paige Patterson and worship it for a Christian leader. He spoke out against Jesse Duplantis. And Kirk Franklin said this. He said, many of these ministries, they've built their wealth on the backs of poor and rural minorities. The poor and these rural minorities that put their hands of God's shepherds only to see prosperity benefit those doing the preaching. Do you hear those words? Again, he says there are great Christian leaders. There's nothing wrong. He said there's nothing wrong with having a plane. There is not a thing on earth wrong with having a plane. It is not biblically, I cannot show you in the scriptures where it's a sin to have a plane, or where it's a sin to have 5 planes, or where it's a sin to have a salary of $622,000. I cannot find those words in the scriptures. Burden falls on the less fortunate. In greed is the check written by those drowning in socioeconomic rivers of systematic disparities. He says God is not flying that plane. God is not flying that plane. Saw it in the text, but if you have Matthew 23 open, look with me. I don't know that Matthew, I cannot tell you, and it's, I tell you, even just my conscience is torn on whether or not to even mention names from the pulpit, but verse 5 tells us there are people in Christian leadership position. In the context, they do their deeds to be noticed by men. They love verse 6. They love places. They love the looks. They love the respect more than anything. They love the place of, I just picked like the little corner cops. Big fancy hats, you go on and on. Probably respect.